What is going on, everybody? James Blood Tech Committee here. Now, with the recent reveal of the Nintendo Switch OLED model, it's left a lot of people wondering, who is this for? Because if you really think about it, the only upgrade you really truly get is the 7-inch screen versus the 6.2-inch on this regular Switch and the 5.5-inch on the Switch Lite, and the fact that it's OLED instead of LCD. I'm going to go through each Switch here, so whether you own a Switch Lite, a regular Switch, or even if you don't own a Switch at all, I'm going to let you know who should and should not be getting this OLED model. So let's start off with the Nintendo Switch Lite. Switch Lite, you will definitely be getting a huge upgrade in screen size because you'll be going from the 5.5-inch screen on the Switch Lite to the 7-inch screen on the Switch OLED model, which is a 1.5-inch screen size upgrade, which is definitely going to be really noticeable. And the fact that you'll be able to actually dock your Switch like you can with the regular Switch, when you can't really do that with the Switch Lite, it's definitely going to be nice to have as well. So I definitely think if you actually have a Switch Lite and you want to get yourself the Switch OLED model, I definitely think there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, it's a decent upgrade, especially if you do want to actually play in dock mode and you want to be able to have some of those extra features. And also, not gonna lie, the bigger screen is actually gonna be kind of nice. But moving on to the regular Switch is a little bit more of a complicated situation because if you really think about it, if you play in docked mode, you're not gonna see any kind of visual upgrade. There's not gonna be an increased frame rate, resolution, any of that sort. The same experience you get with the regular Switch is gonna be the same exact experience you get with the OLED model. And honestly, and that's the thing, is you can even also switch the two switches between each dock. So if you want to put your OLED model Switch in your original dock, you can. If you want to put your original Switch in the OLED dock, you can. So there really is no hardware difference and no upgrade you're getting playing in docked mode. That's where only handheld players actually really benefit from this, because if you play your Switch in handheld mode, you will be getting that 0.8-inch increase over the regular Switch, in addition to actually having the OLED screen. Now, I will say I do have a original Switch myself. I do like the way the screen looks. I think that, I know some people were hoping for a 1080p screen on there, but I still think the 720p doesn't look that bad, considering that you're playing on a smaller screen. So, I mean, it doesn't really look, I don't think it's still staying at 720p for the Switch OLED model is a big issue, considering the fact this is a little bit of a refresh. This isn't a full-blown next generation Switch. Now, there is also no new Joy-Cons either, so you'll be able to actually switch your Joy-Cons between both systems. So if you have your regular Switch and the OLED model Switch, you can swap the Joy-Cons back and forth, and they'll operate the exact same. Now, I don't know if that means we're going to be still experiencing Joy-Con drift with the OLED model Switch Joy-Cons, but they're exactly the same Joy-Cons as before, so I'd assume we're probably going to be experiencing the same exact problem. That being said, if you own a regular Switch and you want to upgrade, I don't think it's worth paying the extra $350 to upgrade when you already have a Switch. If you want to get a secondary Switch, then yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to get a second Switch and you're debating between regular Switch or the Switch OLED model, I mean, the extra $50 to get a secondary Switch in your house and have the upgraded screen if you want to play in handheld mode, there's no problem with that. But if you're primarily a docked player, I just say stick with the regular Switch. Now, if you don't own a Switch at all, I definitely think that, yeah, go with the OLED model. It's definitely a decent upgrade. It's a good screen you'll be getting in handheld mode, and the extra $50, especially if you haven't owned one before. Now, whether or not the 7-inch OLED screen is actually worth $50, I don't know. That's up to you. Everybody's gonna have their own different opinion on that one, though. I think it's definitely worth it. I think it's definitely a nice little upgrade, especially if you don't already own a Switch, or you have a Switch Lite and you want to get a Switch that is able to be docked. But if you already own a regular Nintendo Switch, or even the red box revision that came with a better battery life, I don't really think it's really worth upgrading to this OLED model. But that's honestly just my opinion. Let me know down in the comment section below what do you guys think, if you guys already own a Switch or not, and if you guys do, are you guys going to be upgrading to this OLED model Switch? I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, it's been James Blood Tech. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.